Welcome, everyone, to Just Wing It with Blake and Jamie. Waiting on Blake. It'll be just a minute. And waiting on a couple people to start coming in. Hi, Ken. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. How is everyone doing today? And what did you eat for dinner? At my hotel, I had free dinner tonight. It was chicken and some celery, coleslaw, a breadstick, and a brownie, and some cheese and carrots and stuff I ate. Oh, it's okay, Paprika. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you anyway. What did you eat today? And how are you doing? Hi, Dee Dee. Thanks for coming in. How are you? And what did you eat? I'm so excited, Paprika. I get to go home tomorrow and see Ken. Yeah, a little bit. I was able to eat some of it. Thank you. Yogurt so far? Cup of noodles. And here's Blake.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How is everyone else?
I'm good. So, what did you eat today? And how was your day?
Ah, right to it. I like it. My day was good. Got some invoices taken care of. Gonna get paid for those pretty soon.
That's always a good
And
thing.
yes, it is. And some equipment came in that I needed. Uh, it's been a few broken things that I've needed to get fixed that are kind of detrimental to the business. So I needed to do that. They came in today, and I'm gonna put those on after we get done with the pod tonight. But I am super excited for this movie. This one is awesome. I love this movie. What about you? Dinner tonight so far has been peanuts. We haven't done anything yet.
Kenny
So
had stuffed mushrooms and smothered pork chops, as I was showing everybody for my free dinner tonight. They had chicken, brownies, coleslaw, celery, breadsticks,
sounds
that kind of
awful.
stuff. Yeah, it, it's it's free and it's good. They had mashed
Uh,
potatoes and some other things too, but I'm not a mashed potato person, so didn't get
I
it.
like mashed potatoes. I really like the ones that are kind of like chunky, like in it. There's still clumps of potato. You can kind of tell, and I like.
Oh, he's probably getting a phone call. As I tell him every podcast, tell people they cannot call during this time. Oh,
Are you
hey,
there?
yep.
Oh goodness, it's spam. I'm telling you, my spam is going crazy right now.
Oh, that's not good. I was gonna say, I tell you every week, no phone calls during this time. No, I'm kidding.
I'm trying. I do my best, honestly.
I'm just joking, but yeah, um,
Oh goodness, I have to. It's not connecting to my headphones. I've got to. I got to log out and come back in.
okay.
Okay. Hold on.
All those spam calls I get, oh my gosh, I get those all day long, but they are so annoying.
I can't
Okay,
stand
and
it. I'm sorry. I apologize.
that's all
I
right.
know
Trust me,
it is. It's annoying.
I get spam calls all day long, so I
I hate
completely
them.
understand. But and they interrupt. They need to know. Just, I mean, your phone says potential spam on it.
Yeah.
So who even answers spam calls anymore?
Nobody.
Yeah,
Nobody.
because your phone identifies it as spam. Although, like today, I was questioning. So I had a Newport Richie number come up, and that's the area I'm in, and it said potential spam, and I'm like, "Ooh, do I answer it?" I'm like, "Well, I better answer it in case it's somebody was in like the hospital because it was this area, and it was the Enterprise place." I'm like,
Oh,
"How did that come up as spam?" Because they needed my month. It's my monthly thing or whatever, so they need the renewal, um, for my monthly car, and I'm like, wow, it came up spam. I wasn't even going to answer it, but I'm like, well, maybe I should because it could be like someone from the hospital.
right.
Yeah, Ken says just ask them what they're wearing. I'm,
What are you wearing?
khakis.
I
Khakis.
hope it's something nice.
Uh,
Are they silk khakis?
um, but
Come on, Dr.
anyway,
Pepper. Let's get
oh,
this done with. Let's just
oh, I just have my juice from downstairs. No Dr. Pepper today,
dang it.
but I had
Well,
it
I
yesterday.
mean, we have been loyal patrons of this brand. They need to do something with this. Let me get 100 grand.
Hashtag Dr. Pepper.
I swear, within the last 3 years, I bet you at least 100 grand of my money's gone to Dr. Pepper.
Mine too, probably.
And I'm not exaggerating.
They need to do something, how much we promote them, right? But
Hell,
like, there's other things like on my makeup channel. Like, I have a designated Two Tart Tuesday video. Every Tuesday, I do Two Tart Tuesday, which is Tarte brand and Too Faced brand, and I've been doing that for almost 5 years. And
wow.
dude, and I tag them in there in case they ever like decide to like come to my video and want to sponsor me. Do you think anybody's ever reached out to me? Nope. And I specifically have a dedicated day for them. And you'd think that they would do that, but whatever. I guess I'm not big enough yet, because I don't have 1 million subscribers. Whatever.
It's not fair. It's a total monopoly, and they don't care about no sponsorship. They don't need it because somebody's gonna buy it anyway.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's free promotion because we're promoting them for free.
Yeah,
And so
literally. So why
what
would they start doing it? Why would they start paying you?
that's true.
Yeah.
I should switch my Tuesday to a different brand then.
We're shooting ourselves in the foot.
Yeah. Maybe we should start promoting Coke.
No, we can't do that.
Okay, Pepsi.
That's a good one.
Okay.
I like RC Cola.
Oh yeah, yeah. I recently have been finding that in the stores, and I actually bought RC Cola a couple times because I'm like, man, I haven't had RC Cola in a while.
I like it. It reminds me of being a kid, and it's just like a soft soda. It's
Hmm.
not super sugary, is what I thought of it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing I got from it.
So maybe that's the trick. Do off-brand or not as popular brands promotion, and maybe they will sponsor because they want the extra publicity.
Yeah.
Where Dr. Pepper, do you really need publicity for that?
No, because I mean, I think there's a stadium that's even named after them, like a
Yeah.
college stadium. I can't remember which one, but
There,
they've got so much self promotion, it's ridiculous.
yeah,
They don't.
there's a Dr. Pepper stadium in Texas because I went there for when I worked at Christus. They had for the employees, everybody got a ticket to go see the baseball game. I don't know if it was the Texas Rangers or whatever, but we went to this Texas stadium, Dr. Pepper Stadium,
Yeah.
and we were able to eat, like, see the game for free, and we got free hot dogs and stuff like that. But it was at the Dr. Pepper Stadium, and it was near Dallas somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I went there. When I worked at Christus, we had the day for that. It was nice. I even have pictures of me, my dad, my sister, and my mom and her
And
husband. And
their factory is somewhere in Texas. I think it's in like Kermit or something. Or no, it's in Waco. It's in Waco where they
is it
make
in
it.
Waco? Oh, I thought it
Mhm.
was near. I figured it was near that stadium, but I didn't know for sure. But yeah, it's near Dallas
Frisco.
because there you go. But the stadium's near Dallas because I went there.
Yeah,
And
that's insane.
I have a picture of me and my
You know,
family.
they could literally decide that they're not even going to go out and ship it. Like you got to just come pick it up from their warehouse where they make it, and they will have loyal customers sitting there waiting to pay for it. It's that popular.
Yeah. What do you mean? You mean dad? Yeah, I said me, my dad, and my mom, and Mary, and
Paul,
Michael, and his mom was all there, and my mom. We all went to the game. I don't know what you're meaning, Kenneth. Anyway, but yeah, so there is a Dr. Pepper Stadium in Texas, near Dallas. But that makes sense because Dr. Pepper, like, everyone in Texas drinks Dr. Pepper, seems like. Oh, you said your mom and her husband, whatever. I meant, like, whatever. Anyway, you know what I meant, Kenneth. But this movie, yes, like you said, it was awesome. I love it.
Days of Thunder,
1 to 4, what do you rate it?
5. No, it gets the 5 because of the sense of nostalgia that I get watching it from whenever I was a kid. My dad had this movie on like the big vinyl DVDs. What was that? An 8-track player? Is that what that was called?
Probably.
I can't remember, but it's just a vinyl, but it's a movie, and it was like this big box, and you would just take the vinyl out and put it on the tray, and it had a needle, a bar needle that it did it itself. It was uh like a laser, something like that. I don't know what those are called, but uh that's what he had, and it was I would watch that movie every single time I went to his house, all the time. I mean, it was one of the first things I ever picked out of the dozens and dozens of maybe Wizard of Oz too. I watched a lot of Wizard of Oz. Not gonna lie, that one was good too. But yeah, 5 for me for sure, all the way. What about
Ken,
you?
Ken says 3.5. I can't stand Tom Cruise, but this movie is way better than I remember it. Yeah, I think I give it 3.5 too, only because I don't like the fact that he, like, at the end he has to drive for somebody else and wins the day. Yeah, it was the Daytona, right? At the end that he won.
Well, yes, and but that also the thing about that is the um Tony Scott won, the director, Tony Scott. We're talking about the same guy that has done True Romance. He's just coming off of uh, Top Gun with Tom Cruise already. Tom Cruise and Tony Scott are real close. They've right after Top Gun, they drove a race car And he even said himself that uh, being in that race car is much more scary and terrifying than flying in the jet that he was in. And that's
Really?
pretty crazy. Yeah, he said
Yeah.
that it scared him more. But uh, the movie, that the part that you don't like about them changing sponsors and changing cars and stuff, that is what a realistic visual representation of a racer's life is like. They go from the small single man sponsor, which is the city Chevy car. That one's my favorite car, the green and black and yellow one. That one was my favorite for sure. And uh, the the transition from there is trying to find somebody who, instead of the guy who owns the team is fronting all the money, it's going to be a sponsor who's going to be starting to pay for all the car parts and everything like that. And they finally get one in Superflow was the name of it, the red and white car. And by the time that it turns around, I mean, just the whole movie, that's how it goes. At towards the end of the movie, he had to race in Rowdy's car because he had already lost his sponsor with Superflow. So he
Well,
had to race under a different car.
that's because he, like Ken says, you screw up, you're out. But it sucks because how many, like the one part, which is funny, the one part where he gets out and he starts beating the person up because of, I don't know, did they wreck him or I forget when Tom Cruise got out and started punching the guy or whatever. And because I don't know, I can't remember exactly why.
Well, there's a scene where he starts fighting with the crew chief with Robert
Yeah,
Duvall.
yeah, that's
Uh,
probably it.
and it's because he was eating ice cream. Is that the one you're talking about? Or are you talking about whenever he told him, change my tires, because he wrecks him? He comes back out of pit and he wrecks him after he wins the race.
It's the which fight was it that caused him to? They said you're done or whatever because he did the fight, and that's why he had to. He
He
lost the
destroyed
sponsorship.
both my cars. You're fired. You're
Yeah.
both
Oh, that's
fired.
it. When he during the victory lap, he went and
Yeah,
he. Yeah,
he
that's
had
it.
him change his tires, and he went out there and smashed the owner. He was the those guys are technically teammates, but they were
Yeah,
fighting with each other for, I mean, it was just
yeah. So which that got him to be like you're done or whatever. You wrecked both my cars, but then okay, then he ended up, which I don't like that they should just find him. Like in real NASCAR, when things like that happen, they find him. Like um, like
But he's the owner of both of those cars. He owns them. So what he can do whatever he wants.
well,
He can fire the whole team if he doesn't want them driving
well,
his car.
well, I know, but usually if they're a good driver, they're not going to do that. Just like Junior, if there was a couple times. Well, no, Junior got fined because he said shit, But like Tony Stewart, he would get out and he'd like start a fight because
Man, Tony Stewart's the biggest crybaby in NASCAR history.
but
Hands down.
he had a temper and he got put on probation, he got fined, all that stuff because of his temper. So you think that they would have just done that because he was a good driver versus like you're out.
I
I
never liked Tony Stewart. I never did. I was never a fan.
I did. I
I
like
couldn't stand him. And then just because he was a crybaby, he always hated when somebody did something that he did all the time. I mean, but that's just racers in general. I mean, I grew up on racing from the era between like the, let's say, right, I remember watching and remembering watching racing right around when Dale Earnhardt died, when he passed away. and that was in September
2001,
2001.
I
Yeah,
think it was.
or no, it was
Or
the beginning
2000,
of,
no,
yeah, it
maybe it
was
was 99.
2001. No,
Was it
no, no, it
2000?
was 2001, I want to
Okay.
say. I'm almost certain it was 2001. Chat, help us out there and make sure. Don't
But it was
don't
the first race, so it would have been February of 2001 because it was
that
Daytona.
would make sense. Right, right. Yes. And
So
the
yeah, because
so that
I remember that race. I was at work watching it, and he was in the lead, and Dale Jr. was about to win the race and all that, and I was like
mhm.
trying to I went into a room where a patient had the race on, and I was like, I'm like taking care of the patient while I'm like, and we were watching it together, and
Oh goodness.
and then I saw the wreck, but then I had to, go take care of other patients, and I came back, and that's when my patient told me what happened. I'm like, what? No, that can't be true.
Yeah, it was, and looking at that crash, uh it wasn't a violent wreck. It was just the safety precautions were not there. They didn't t do them right properly. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it was
Yeah,
just all bad. Mm.
yes, it was. Hi, not your grannies. Thanks for coming in. And Dean Martin, thank you for coming in. Yeah, that was a crazy day. Ken says, but Tony Stewart is a champion in every car series he's ever been in. Yeah, but
He's also one of the only guys to run over another man in a race car too. Not many people have done that on the track. Literally ran him over and killed him.
wait, but that wasn't on purpose, though, was it? I don't
I mean,
know if I remember
it
that
was
one.
out of sheer petulance. If I mean, whenever you look at the camera footage and see it happen, it's like, how I don't know. It didn't seem to me like he didn't not see him. And he's racing it's that funny car series, they're like a real small one, and they've got the wing fin on the back and the wide wheels on them. I can't remember what that kind of racing is called, but that's what he was doing. And it was, the way that I saw the footage, it was like he had all this room to get away from him, and he didn't. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't want to get into a hating match on
Well,
Tony
yeah.
Stewart
Well,
because
no.
I mean, maybe I was grown into that also. Like, my dad didn't like him, so I was like, yeah, yeah, we don't like him. But
Well, just
I'm a Jeff Gordon fan. I love Jeff Gordon,
no, I
and
was a
Tony
junior
Stewart
fan.
had nothing on Jeff Gordon.
I was a junior fan.
Ugh.
And after Earnhardt died, we became Kevin Harvick fans too because he took
I
over
did
his
like
car.
Kevin Harvick. I liked Bobby Labonte. He raced for the Interstate Battery. Uh, Ricky Rudd, I liked him. He was cool. And Rusty Wallace, Darrell Waltrip, guys like that. They were cool.
Yeah, but
Casey
um,
Kane, I liked him a lot. He
yeah,
was one of my favorites.
I liked them. But of course, when you're a junior fan, you're not a Gordon fan or a Jimmy Johnson fan. So I wasn't.
Yeah.
Um, and I was a junior fan, so he
I
was
was
my
never
guy.
big on Jimmy Johnson either. I mean, I just, whatever. But Jeff Gordon was the only one who was never intimidated by the intimidator, is the way I saw it. And uh, he raced like that. So I don't know. He was the taming of the beast in that time, in that era that needed to be tamed. But
Oh,
yeah, shout out to NASCAR in the making of this movie. They did a lot to help and make shots. So there was a racer that they actually had racing this car in races for certain shots and scenes. and the Hardee's car also, the Carl's Jr. Hardee's, that blue one that Russ Wheeler was driving.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Uh,
and they do show clips of, oh, there was one oh, who was it, Ken, that they showed a clip of? And I swear at the very beginning of they showed a brief clip, and I swear it was Dale Earnhardt. I'll have to rewatch the very beginning and
um,
see it.
I'm sure that he was there because his car, there's got to be points of his car being seen in this movie because he raced against that car. I mean, we're talking 1990. This is peak Dale
Yeah.
Earnhardt. I mean, this
Yeah.
is when he was at his absolute height and fame.
Yeah.
Well, maybe coming in about 5 years later, it was really good, but he was winning Winston Cups and just totally dominator out there,
Yeah. Um,
killing birds.
Ken says, check out Dirty Momania on YouTube. It's Dale Jr.'s podcast with previous racers. And Rusty Wallace did a cameo. Oh, yeah, it was Rusty Wallace. But I swear at the very beginning, I would have to like re-watch the clip at the beginning. I swear Earnhardt, there's like a snip of Earnhardt in there. Like, it's like you blink and you would miss it. But I swear I saw it was Dale Earnhardt.
I believe it. There was a lot of cool things like that this movie had, and how fond most of the people that made this movie were. And two of the greatest producers ever, Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer, made this movie. And actually, Don Simpson has a cameo in it when they talk about that at the very beginning when they're showing the racers and they're zooming across their faces and stuff. The one that they said Aldo Benedetti, that's Don Simpson. He wanted a cameo in this movie, so they gave him one like that.
Wow. Well, if you're a producer, you can make yourself a cameo. You don't have to ask for it.
Oh yeah, right. Of course, but I mean, that was one of the stipulations in order for him to be one of the producers on it.
That's funny.
But,
Well, it was a popular movie, and people like it,
oh yeah,
and that was when NASCAR was really popular. And I mean, I think it's lost some of its stuff now because of some of the politics and um, some of the changes they made, but it's still popular. But I don't think it's as popular. Um,
it'll never have its popularity like it did. Like basketball will never be as popular as it was in the 90s again, ever.
no, I mean it's
NASCAR will never be as popular as it was in the late 90s, early 2000s.
yeah.
That just won't happen, you know. Uh, we're gonna need a serious like a Richard Petty to come around, and that's not the way that cars are set up, and the playing field is so level now. Uh, they make it too fair.
Well,
Not one car can be better than the rest.
well, and like when Ken slowly started not watching it anymore is because they started like if like say when Dale Earnhardt, like there's times that he would be like half a mile away from, like half a track away from the rest of the pack, and then
Hmm.
and they would just let him go whatever. And now like they put in a rule, or they did something, they would like throw a caution or whatever to get the pack back together, so it's more exciting because now you don't have the leader like way ahead of like a lap ahead of everybody else. And it's like, really, come on, if they're that good, you don't call a caution or whatever just to do that.
I can agree with that, because a guy could be so good and have his best race day, and you're gonna take it away from him because and give it the opportunity for a wreck. For me to get, I've worked my way away from the rest of the pack for a reason.
Hmm.
It's not fair.
Exactly. And so, when they started doing stuff like that, it's when me and Ken kind of, well, and then Junior retired, and like some of our our guys retired, and and then they started changing things, and then they went to the fuel injectors versus whatever they had before, which obviously it's good for the environment, but it's
Hopefully,
but
they're not doing much out there compared to the rest of the world.
yeah, so
What's 500 laps gonna do to the environment?
and so, but anyway, it just started not getting as fun, with the politics and everything
Yeah.
else with NASCAR and the changes, and we
It's
just
just
kind
not
of,
it's not the same, and it never will be. Never will be. But
so,
anyway, what was your favorite scene?
um, I'm always like one of those heartfelt first people, so I think my favorite scene is when he does win the Daytona at the end. I love like those feel good type movies and like the good stuff, like, hey, I did it, type thing.
Okay.
But at the end, when he's running, at the end they show him running because
Yeah.
he won or whatever, like a victory run or whatever. His face is all black,
Right.
and Ken's like, they act like they came out of a fire. You don't see any race car driver get out of their car and their face is full. It's all black and full of the
All
soot and
oily.
dust and all that. It's like, what the heck? Unless their car burns up or whatever, but they're not going to have black all over their face.
I mean, he did have transmission problems, so and he did have to flip it around, so maybe something, I don't know,
Spurted
spewed
out on them.
out or
Ken,
something.
Ken says the hospital scene when he thought that she was a toy and a joke, and when she was really the doctor. Yeah, that was funny because of the police officer.
I think
scene.
so. I've got three favorite scenes. It's hard for me to pick between them. Mine, the opening scene, and it shows the sun barely rising over the track, and it's playing that guitar. Yeah, I love that. I learned how to play that on the guitar when I was like 18 years old because I loved this movie so much, and I always
It's getting another spam call. Oh, yeah, no, I really like that scene, Ken, too. And he's back.
Why am I getting spam calls at 7 o'clock at night? This is
Uh,
not fair.
okay, so what were
I'm
your
sorry.
favorite scenes? The track in the sun on the first
Yeah,
scene.
yeah, the just that guitar playing and the feeling of the Daytona at that time. It was so nostalgic to me. I remember just watching and seeing that as a kid, and it just brings back a lot of memories of my father and how much he loved racing. Uh, that scene and the best scene of the movie, and one of, in my opinion, Robert Duvall's career, is him sitting there and he's talking to the car, telling it what he's gonna do. You see the barn light shining through the bottom because there's all busted holes, and he's talking to this frame of this car. And you remember that scene? That hands down, that is one of my favorite scenes of all time for me. That's like a top 5, top 10 movie scene for me. I loved it. He's talking to this car, telling it what he's gonna do, and then it comes out and he's polishing it, and then it's sitting on the track and it's all finished and perfect, and then bam, it hits into the Spencer Davis group, and they're playing that song. I love that song too. No, so glad we made it.
Why is Reggie concerned, Mary? Ken says, when we would go to the races, we would um, wake up and hung over to that sunrise. Oh, yeah, I'm sure, Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was back when he was in his 20s. And yeah, he He
Back
would
in
party at
Nam.
the races. Yep, he would party at the races. But
Hell yeah.
they would go to Michigan,
And
Brooklyn.
then we're talking back when a race ticket was probably like $20 to go to a race, you know. It was not that expensive.
Um,
And
they were more expensive back then, but they went to Michigan and they had season passes.
ah,
Or not season passes, but they had the passes for Michigan that every year, and there was a wait list for those for the Michigan races, and so they were a little bit more expensive because there was a wait list. And so for the
mhm.
longest time, we didn't want to give him up because we actually took him over from his dad. His dad actually had him, and his dad died. And of course, Ken still had, has his name. He's because his dad was Ken Yeager and he's Ken Yeager. So he was able to still continue him. And then
That's
we
awesome.
and then like at some point, I don't know what happened. We just decided not to. I think we just started not doing it. But anyway, now I'm sure there's no wait list. Oh, because she was concerned because Blake disappeared. Oh, Ken thinks they were 45 each, which back
Yeah, see,
then,
that's probably like $100 ticket now.
yeah, well, this was in around 2000 because it was after Alyssa was born, and
Yeah,
so it's
okay,
been
so
around.
yeah, now I guarantee you a ticket to a race is no less than double that. Maybe even $160 is what I would put it at, probably.
Yeah,
I would be
absolutely.
willing to bet that the next race, some of the cheapest tickets right now are probably, oh, I don't know, maybe $120
And
at
I
the
think,
cheapest.
and we were pretty close to the finish line, so we were like we had decent seats. 2008
Mm.
was our last year in Michigan. Oh, I didn't think it was that we had them that long, but I guess I didn't.
2008. Man,
Yeah,
that was
we
a
went
wild
every.
year.
I know we went every year, but I didn't think we kept them till 2008. Hmm.
Oh, and the third scene that is one of my favorites, probably more whenever I was a kid, was the highway patrol officer.
Yeah.
She was good looking.
Yeah, that was but that's why Ken liked the scene with the doctor because of the patrol scene. He thought she was another joke, and they're like, "Oh," and they're like, "No, this is really your doctor."
And see, not only like does this movie show their chemistry on set, but like, I mean, they really had a genuine love affair the
Yeah,
meeting in this movie. This was where they met each other, was
yeah.
through this movie. So,
And
and I
and
don't
got
remember
some
how long it
love.
was. They were together for, weren't they married?
Yeah, they were married, but I don't think it lasted long. I don't think, but I don't.
It was at least, 3 or 4 years.
Well, I guess
I
that's
want to
long in
say.
Hollywood,
Yeah, that's true.
and
That
not
is
too.
true.
In Hollywood, a long relationship is a year now.
Yeah, that's just
Like,
too much life to live with one person in Hollywood.
yeah. Ugh. But there are some people that make it like look at Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn and Dolly Parton and I'm sure other ones. Denzel Washington, I think he has a lifelong
Dan
relationship.
Aykroyd has been married to his wife for a really long time too.
Really? So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, so there are very few outliers in Hollywood, but Dan Aykroyd, he was popular at the beginning, but he kind of faded off. But
Yeah,
but Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, they're still very popular. Denzel Washington's very popular.
I
I mean,
like Kurt
so
Russell.
I do too, and I like Goldie Hawn, Denzel Washington. I think Morgan Freeman even has a lifelong or had a very long term relationship too, doesn't he? I thought he was married for a long time, and he's very
I
popular.
I'm not sure. If he does, I can't say for sure.
But yeah, I mean, so there are few and far between of people that actually like in Hollywood that's kept to their relationship. But now it's like, oh, I fell in love with you because of this movie, and we're in a relationship. A year later, yeah, you're stupid. Get out of here. You know. So
Well, I know that um we really I'm this movie I consider this movie pretty timeless. I don't care whenever. I mean, it's got a love affair in it. It's not too long. It's not going to bleed you of all your day. It's an hour and 45 minutes long. I mean,
yeah,
or 47 minutes. I mean, it's a perfect runtime for a movie. I thought
yeah,
it was great. They, as rushed at times, it felt like their relationship was. When you take into consideration how long a race season is and how much time it takes to get to that point and develop these relationships that you have with each other, you can kind of consider it more not rushed. Even though
yeah,
on screen, I can understand where someone feels like everything was rushed at this point, but you gotta understand how long the gap was between Daytona starting the next year and his last wreck that he was in. So
yeah. Ken says Kurt Russell has a new show or movie out now, and Mary says, isn't Kurt Russell in the Monarch show about Godzilla and King Kong?
I'm not
I'm not.
familiar,
I'm not sure, Mary. I don't know that one,
but
but
yeah,
he is. He
we
is
broke
good.
in. We broke into the 90s with this heater of a movie. Tom Cruise knew exactly what he was doing making this movie in 1990. He said, "This is the tone that we're going to set for the rest of the 90s." And they did. They did
Yeah.
great. This is coming just off the heels of Top Gun. They just did Top Gun. I want to, what was it? 1988,
I'm not sure.
88, I believe. Um, PG-13. IMDb is a hater, and they give this one a 6 out of 10,
Really?
6.1 out of 10. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm not in agreement with that. Tony Scott, director, written by Robert Towne and Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise got this idea of making this movie after driving one of these racer, I can't remember the story exactly, but he drove somebody's race car on a racetrack and it just consumed him for the next year. That's all he did and talked about was racing, and he wanted to
Wow.
make a movie about it, so he did. uh, Tom Cruise, Nicole Kidman, Robert Duvall. I don't think we knew exactly how big of a star Nicole Kidman was yet, but Tom Cruise was already A-list celebrity, and Robert Duvall had already been a cornerstone person that you throw into a film. This is him taking on a serious backseat and, in my opinion, kind of passing the torch to Tom Cruise in a sense of like, you know, I'm making this movie with the next generation, and you get what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
Playing he's playing backseat to Tom Cruise's main character in this movie, and typically he's up until now he's always been a lead role uh, in most of his movies.
Yeah. Hi,
So
Prince Daniel. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you.
we mourn the late great Robert Duvall. We already miss him. Sad to know that he has passed away, but uh, in our eyes, he was the main lead in this one, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He just made this movie really, he was the glue. I felt like Tom Cruise took it a little too serious in some points, and I don't think he truly understood how to act as someone that has a phobia or a fear. It was just kind of like I didn't believe him at some points, at some points of the movie, but
Yeah.
th that was my take from it personally. Randy Quaid, shout out that guy. He's that guy. We also got John C. Riley in this too. You know, they got some pretty good actors that came and uh, threw themselves into the cast here. But
Prince Daniel asks, wasn't he in The Godfather? Do you know if he was?
yes, he was. Yes,
Oh,
he was in The Godfather, and that was early in his career as far as like getting major roles. He did a lot of TV stuff before he did The Godfather, but that's the one movie that really put the spotlight on Robert Duvall. He did that really good movie with I mean, he did that a lot. Sean Penn and Robert Duvall in that movie Colors, also a really good movie. I loved Colors. If you haven't seen that,
I don't think I have.
it's I mean, we could homage Robert Duvall and do Colors next week.
Oh,
I
um,
wouldn't even mind it. It's a cop movie. Sean Penn and Robert Duvall.
what is it called? Colors?
Colors. Yep, it's great. I love that movie. Let's do some facts of the movie.
While he's doing that, in the chat, put in some, uh, um, ideas of next week other than if you have anything else other than colors. Okay, go ahead, Blake.
Let me see. I'm sorry. It's okay. Here we go. Why is it not? Man, it's still waiting for one of y'all to sponsor me a new iPad.
While you're doing that, I just want to let you guys know that today, because it's Hug a GI Day and Blake is a veteran, and it's around the time of the Alamo. So I did a San Antonio video that included some of the Alamo, and Blake's wedding is up today. I finally posted your wedding up
Oh,
on my
awesome. I-
channel today. So
I'll have to go watch it.
so I have your wedding, and it's Son's Day. So I have your wedding. I have a couple pictures of Kenny, and then I have some of the Alamo pictures. So,
Don't you love the Alamo? Isn't it awesome?
hmm
It's really cool.
so,
Very unique place. I love San Antonio. That's my favorite city in Texas that I've been to so far.
and you have to give Blake a hug today because he's a veteran. So,
Air hug.
oh, Robert Duvall and Godfather was your favorite Prince? Yeah, he was a good one. Okay, go ahead, Blake. Sorry.
No, you're okay. No problem
Oh,
at all. Happy birthday to you as well.
um,
um, Production began without a finished script. Scenes were often written the day of filming. During one driving sequence, Tom Cruise actually had to read his lines off cue cards attached to his windshield, which resulted in a minor car accident. So he was pulling his script lines as he's driving this race car. For subsequent driving sequences, Cruise was fitted with a special earpiece to have lines fed to him. I don't know if it's going to tell me about this one, but there is one fact about this movie that I knew. They filmed the entire thing, cut it, edited it. By the time they were done editing, watched the pre one like a week 2 weeks before the movie was set to release, and they realized they never filmed the ending, the race, the him crossing the finish line.
Well, it's a
They did
good thing
all
that
of
they noticed it.
they didn't do that part though. So they had to go back and refilm that of him going across the finish line at the end a week before the movie came out. They had it cut, FedExed overnight, and the movie was finished 2 days before it was released.
Oh my gosh, that's
Literally,
funny.
literally pushed the deadline all the way to the end. It was,
Wow.
I mean, that's some uh,
Could you imagine who would have got
cocaine-driven ambition right there.
could you imagine who would have been in trouble if they released it without the ending?
Oh man, probably Tony Scott. Tony Scott would have been in trouble the most
Oh yeah.
because he was the director.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it would have been a total flop. Like
Mhm. They would have been like, "Really, people? You couldn't show that
they
him
could have
winning?"
they could have just like they probably would have noticed it the day before, blacked out, and then oh yeah, all right, all right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay.
um at Daytona for the final race of the movie, the gentlemen, start your engines. That one, that was the voice of Burt Reynolds.
Oh wow. Did not know
Yeah.
that.
Some footage from the movie was shot during the 1990 Daytona 500. Two additional cars driven by Bobby Hamilton and Tommy Ellis were added to the rear of the field for the express purpose of shooting them for this film. They were not officially scored and left the racetrack after 100 miles, 40 laps were completed. At one point in the race, leader Dale Earnhardt even lapped the movie cars.
So he was in it. I was
Yep,
right.
I believe it. You were right.
That's
Um,
funny.
The movie was conceived by Tom Cruise when he and Paul Newman were allowed to test one of Rick Hendrick's race cars. Tom's first lap was in excess of 180 miles an hour.
Wow.
So that if that don't get your blood pumping, I don't know what will.
Oh
Oh,
my.
and shout out to the to the score on this movie. Hans Zimmer wrote the music for this movie, and it's perfect. I love the score from top to bottom. It was great. Couldn't have been better. The bow, 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 bow. I learned how to play that, and I loved it so much. That was good. The scene where Cole and Rowdy destroy a pair of rental cars by racing them through the city streets loosely referenced the early 1950s NASCAR superstars Joe Weatherly and Curtis Turner, each of whom were known to rent cars, race, and crash them with abandon. That's another thing about this movie. They spent like 2 weeks before the movie even started filming, and they just hung around out there. They walked around and listened and met the crew and would go up and listen to them change tires and this and that. Uh, and they learned and took a lot of these stories that were real life stories and implemented them in the movie. So the story of the highway patrol officer is real. The story of the air guns getting jammed is real. I mean, they just took a lot of stuff that they didn't know because they're not racers. They didn't know any of this terminology or any of what this meant, and they took all these stories and meshed them together. They just knew they wanted a race car movie and to shine the light on that. I think this movie played a big part in how big NASCAR became in the late 90s, I mean from the 90s on through, because that's where its popularity was at its highest without a doubt. hands
Yeah.
down. Let's see. Let's get some more here. I'm loving this. I don't even care if we go over our time. Oh goodness. Okay, look, this is it. In another scene, Trickle is told he cannot pit because the crew is too busy eating ice cream. This
Yep.
incident actually occurred at the 1987 Southern 500 involving the Hendrick Motorsports number 35 team with crew chief Harry Hyde and Richmond's replacement driver Benny Parsons. So, I
They
mean, that
they really were not gonna let someone fit because they were eating ice
I'm eating
cream in
ice
real
cream,
life.
dude. We can't do nothing about that.
Wow. That's funny.
Oh, this makes me so happy. This is news to me that I'm first hearing this. Quentin Tarantino. Shout out Quentin Tarant. We love you, man. At least I do. I don't know about you. Uh, Quentin Tarantino said the film was his favorite big budget racing movie, and I quote, "Yeah, yeah, 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 you laugh, but seriously, I'm a big fan. To me, Days of Thunder is the movie Grand Prix and Le Mans should have been. Sure, it had a big budget, big stars, and a big director in Tony Scott, but it had the fun of those early AIP movies. I just don't think it works if you take the whole thing too seriously." I agree. Yeah. That makes me so happy to know that because I've always wanted to ask I've always thought like what would I ask my favorite director if I met him? And I would ask him a lot about movies like that I know that I like and I feel like he would like too, or questions about the movies that he's done, yada yada. But you can't ask Quentin Tarantino about his stuff because he's not going to tell you his stuff. He doesn't work
Yeah.
that way. He leaves it to the he will just he calls it his artist stroke. He'll brush over it uh, if he just tells you. He doesn't leave that artistic vision. Uh, the film's disappointing box office performance was responsible for destroying the relationships between Paramount and super producers Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer. After the film underperformed in the summer of 1990, the studio angrily responded in two ways. They insisted on an impossible low budget for the planned third Beverly Hills Cop film and asked Simpson and Bruckheimer to give Paramount $9 million of their earnings for this movie back to defray losses. The producers responded by telling Paramount they were done working there and their studio terminated their contract, which led them to taking a new production deal with Disney via Hollywood Studios. That, but these guys were, I'm just gonna say it, these dudes were cokeheads. It was probably really hard to work with them. I'm just gonna be honest. Like they probably weren't very nice people to have around. uh, Tom Cruise and Robert Duvall's characters are very loosely based on former driver Tim Richmond and his crew chief Harry Hyde, hence his name's Harry Hogg. Uh, Richmond was known as an overnight sensation, and Hyde was the veteran crew chief. The scene where Duvall's character teaches Cruise about tire management is based on an actual incident between Hyde and Richmond, who died from complications of AIDS the year before the film was released. That's pretty sad. I felt
Yeah.
like this movie. There's a few people. Do you remember a racer by the name of Neil Bonnet? Well, he died in like 1994, and I felt like he was kind of like I don't know. That's how he was. Kind of like Tom Cruise, but he was an older man anyway. Uh, in a recent interview on March 3rd, 2021, with Dr. Jerry Punch on the Dale Earnhardt Download, it was revealed that Tom Cruise approved Nicole Kidman to be his love interest in the film after it was suggested that Cruise see her perform in Dead Calm after a recommendation by Dr. Punch to Tony Scott. So I guess Tom Cruise had a lot more pull. He didn't. I don't think he realized what he was getting himself into.
Yeah, no kidding, right? Especially when they start having a love
Yeah,
affair.
hence they. With hindsight, we know that maybe
Yeah.
you probably wouldn't have done that. uh, this is a good one. So the scene where Big John tells Cole and Rowdy they will drive to dinner together is based on an actual meeting Bill France Sr. had in the 1980s between Dale Earnhardt and Jeff Bodine.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
So Jeff Bodine and Dale Earnhardt, they bucked heads a lot. I remember who Jeff Bodine was.
Yep.
They did not get along at all.
No, that's funny.
I mean, this whole movie talks about things that that's it's just they took stories from real incidents. The engine blowing up, him revving it because he wanted to get out of the car. He blew it up at 9,000 because he wanted to get out of the car. He just didn't want to be in there anymore. That actually happened to Tim Richmond. He got out of the just so he could get out of the race. He didn't want to be in the car no more.
Wow.
According to Dale Earnhardt Jr., Tom Cruise had a meeting with Dale Earnhardt Sr. prior to the production of the film. It was rumored that Earnhardt was offered the role of Rowdy Burns, but he turned it down because he did not want to play the bad guy.
Wow. Then you think they would have given Dale Earnhardt the role of Tom
He's the
Cruise
Intimidator.
and then gave Tom Cruise that other role then.
Man, Tom
That would
Cruise
have been
wouldn't be the bad guy.
yeah,
He
he
wouldn't have
can
played no Rowdy.
oh yeah, he would have. And it would have been awesome, especially now what happened with Earnhardt, if he would have played the role. It would have been classic if he would have played the role.
Eh. I don't know. I don't see it that way. Do you see somebody else that could have played like an actual actor that could have been in this movie instead
Um
of Tom Cruise?
yeah, what was his name again? The one that died that was a race did a lot of racing. Oh gosh, not Parker. No,
Paul Walker?
yeah, Paul Walker. He wasn't. He was probably too young during that time, but
I don't
um,
even know. He was probably in his early teens
well,
when
yeah.
that
I mean,
movie came out.
at that time, yeah. But if they remade it, I could see that.
But he was also in Blue Streak.
Was he
Yeah,
with
and he was
with
in
Martin
Varsity
Lawrence?
Blues. Wasn't he in Blue Streak?
I don't know. I just remember Martin Lawrence
Or
and
no, not Blue Streak. It's called Point Break.
oh,
Wasn't he in Point Break?
I don't know.
I want to say he was in Point Break, but I can't remember. I hope you don't mind. We've gone over a little bit. Is that
No,
okay?
yeah, that's fine.
I hope nobody else minds either. But I love this movie. We're right in the middle of we're in the thick of my childhood right now, so I'm enjoying this a lot. I'm surprised he turned down that role. So
I
it's
know.
obvious they wanted him in this movie. They knew who he was and how
Yeah.
popular he was. It's
Oh yeah.
I felt that I guess the reason that he doesn't see more screen time in the movie is because they almost felt insulted that he didn't do it.
Maybe.
That's a good way to look at it, I guess.
Yeah, but now, like, I mean, he's one of the most well-known racers. They probably are regretting, like, not giving him more face time in that, especially after
I
he's
would.
gone.
I certainly would have regretted that.
Yeah, but
Uh,
yeah, yeah. I wish they would have had more of Earnhardt, especially since he's passed away. Maybe they need to remake this movie and put Junior in it.
that would be crazy. A remake of Days of Thunder.
with
Oh, I
Junior.
don't know. I feel like, uh, what would they call it? Knights of Thunder?
You never know. They
Uh,
could.
I don't
Or Days
know.
of
Maybe
Lightning.
it's hard. I just don't want them to. I don't want them to mess it up. If they mess it up, I would be really upset.
Well,
I
yeah.
feel like they might do that now that Robert's passed away. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But I would like to see that. uh, most of the, or oh no, I'm sorry. Here's a good one. Tom Cruise wanted Kurt Russell for the role of Rowdy Burns. It
Oh,
was
that sounds
through
good.
Cruise that Russell became aware of Backdraft. That was another movie that he did.
That was a good movie. I like that one.
Uh, City Chevrolet, a sponsor for Cole early in the movie, is a real life Charlotte area dealership that is owned by Rick Hendrick, who prepared most of the cars in the movie. So he's sponsoring and that's how it goes in real life too.
Hmm.
Uh, Nicole Kidman wanted to study neurosurgery for her part, but the producers told her it would be a waste of time.
Well, and that would be a lot. Neurosurgery is very, I mean, obviously it would be a very high level for her to learn it
Hmm.
for the part, but yeah, that's not something easy. That's one of the hardest thing, at least for me, that's the hardest area of healthcare, I think, is neurosurgery. And that's why neurosurgeons are probably, I think they're the highest paid. I think. I could be wrong, but I think they are the highest paid.
I didn't know if they that it's news to me.
But because when I was in high school, I wanted to be a brain surgeon. Obviously, that didn't come to fruition, but that's what I wanted to be.
That would have been really crazy. They would have had to get you a little step ladder to work on the
I
surgery table.
probably, yeah. I didn't even think about that part, but yeah.
Like Edna from the Incredibles. Oh man, that's funny. Let me go back. Well, there's more trivia, guys, if you want to, but I don't want to hold y'all up too late. We're already 7 minutes past our due date.
Yeah, and
But
Ken was okay with colors. Is everybody else okay with colors for next week?
hey, I would love that. Just to give Robert Duvall his flowers. I feel like we owe it to one of the greatest to do back to back for us on him.
Okay,
Colors is a great movie.
we can do colors next week. All right. All right.
Release date on this movie was June 27th, 1990. The budget for this movie was $60 million, and it tanked opening weekend at $15 million. But gross worldwide, gross US and Canada, 82 million, and worldwide 157 million. So they definitely over time have made their money back on it.
Oh yeah.
But that, keep in mind, that doesn't include all the DVD and VHS and
Yeah.
cassette and this and that and the thousands of memorabilia that's out there too for
Yeah,
this
I'm
movie.
surprised it tanked though. But
Yeah, me
I
too.
guess
That
it all
doesn't make
goes
much
into the
sense to me.
marketing, I guess. How well you market it at the beginning.
That's just how it goes sometimes
Yeah.
too. There's nothing you can do. But
All, all
yeah,
right.
shout out to this movie. Loved it.
And
Loved it. And
go ahead.
and then we're gonna follow it up with another great movie in colors next week.
Yep.
So
All right. The riddle for tonight is, why were the two utensils stuck together?
why were they stuck together? The utensils. I can't answer this one. I don't know.
Because they were spooning.
I thought it was gonna be kind of funny or cliche. but I could have said that. I could have said that. Dirty-minded individuals. That would have been easy. Gosh.
Okay, any last words for the chat?
Man, I really wish movies were still as good as they are today. Is all I mean, as good. I wish movies were as good today as they were back in the 90s and the 80s, but there's just no
Yeah.
more. We done ran out of ideas. There's nothing
Yep.
else we can film.
Yep. Absolutely.
There's only
Yeah.
so much we could do. So, uh, I want to thank you guys for being here for another week with us and extending out even an extra 10 minutes. You know, we liked it when we went overboard. So,
Yeah,
uh,
absolutely.
cheers to everyone. I look forward to seeing y'all next week for Colors. I love this movie. It's also with one of my favorite actors, and Sean Penn too. I like him a lot. So, look forward to seeing you guys. I'm happy. Great.
And yes, I ditto everything he said. And thank you, everyone, for being so interactive. It really makes so much easier. And remember, you're all beautiful inside and out. Don't let anyone make you think differently. And the quote comes from an unknown person today. Think old and you will be old. Think young and you will be a delusional old fart.
Amen to that.
All right, everyone. Have a great night. And bye.
We'll see you later. Bye, guys.